What's going on, guys? It's your boy Beats by Ash back at it again with another banger of a video, and we're here after the Tulsa Regional at the Airbnb, and this video is sponsored by the Bullet Bourbon, which is getting us all fucked up right now. And I am here with
Matthew Floyd.
And what did you do today, brother?
I got 61st. It was pretty spicy, and I got it with Nami.
Nami, okay. The goo, okay. Now tell us the number one rule about Nami. In order to effectively pilot Nami, you need to be high as fuck.
I was pretty baked the entire tournament, but sequencing is really the name of the game. And because each deck requires you to sequence differently, you need a lot of play time with the deck, for sure.
And what were your losses today?
Zoro, and he was like the fourth Zoro that I had faced, like in a row too. He finally got the W for his Zoro boys. I lost a Whitebeard. It was really clutch. I got him down to 0 life. I had like maybe 8 cards left in deck, but he squeezed it out. It's a really hard matchup. And then I lost to time, the only time the entire tournament to yellow. And that didn't feel good, because I finally found out what a lot of the end of match procedures are. It's tied to your life, who took the last life, your hand size, your life size. It's a lot. So just don't go into time in one piece. Like, for sure. Don't.
True.
Especially as a Nami player, because one of the conditions is who has the higher deck count. And you'll never have the higher deck count if you're playing correctly.
Oh, damn. I thought it was the lower deck count.
No, that would be automatic. No,
that would be broken.
Yeah, that would be completely broken. I understand why they don't do that.
Okay, well, let's get into the goo.
Alright, put the stuff to the side. This is the Barcelino. This is what I pull out of my pack. And of course, you gotta have the alt art.
If you don't have the alt art, you're not gonna do as good as him.
I almost started to run the regular one as a troll. Alright, so standard list for some of the numbers for Kaya. Buggy was almost like better than Kaya. I hear so many Nami players talk about how they whiff on this card. I never whiff. I've been playtesting with this deck for 2 weeks, and including the 9-hour regional we had today, never whiffed. Just sequence correctly. Remember what you put on the bottom of your deck. This card is always live. Always, like, for sure. Daz Bones helped me secure a game. I ended up winning with, like, triple gavel. I had 5 cards left in deck. I just went double bones, got back the gavels, had a high enough hand size, and then when he swung, it was just GG. It was checkmate. Zeph, do not judge me. I looked for Zeph all day, so this like made me mad. I sometimes think about cutting this card to 3, but it at 4 helps you with red aggression. Like, especially Zoro, they want to drop a lot of their weenies, and you don't always have to bounce your Kayas, your Buggies, you don't have to bounce your own stuff. Bouncing them and stopping their, like, meaningful aggression with their chumps is pretty detrimental to the deck. So, like I said, I faced 4 Zoro, I only lost to 1, and the 1 Zoro I lost to came in, like, 14th. So, he deserved it.
Let's be real, man. If you had 4 Zeph, you probably went undefeated.
Look, there are some numbers in the deck, and I'll tell you at the end what I plan on changing, especially for the side event tomorrow. But one of the things was going to 2 in this. I was running this at 3, and at 3 it's really good against Whitebeard, but everybody else, then you end up pitching one for another. So I felt like I needed better synergy in the deck overall. So 2 just Gum Gum Rain. 4 Desert Spada. I'm thinking about cutting this to 3. It was good on helping me cycle my cards correctly and knowing what I was going to mill and get. But overall, it only giving you 2K, I feel like I would rather have 3,000 Worlds. That came up so many times today where people just got to stick a 5-7 or a Marco to the board, and you'll see one of the spicy texts I do later on, but if I had just had like 1 or 2 3,000 Worlds, it would have made a world of difference, no pun intended. For the rubber band, I used it more out of life than I did from my hand, no cap. I kept discarding this, and then when I needed it, I would get it back with Daz Bones. But other than that, like, out of life is like really good. Speaking of which, Gavel, MVP of the deck. One spicy thing I do, I throw these away early game. I do not use these early game. I refuse to reduce my hand. I will let these sit in the graveyard, and then when it looks reachable, I will grab them back and secure like guaranteed game. There were so many people I had absolute checkmate on today. It was ridiculous. All Stars, I love it. It's the best trigger and the best discard target. Enough said. Really is. And it's searchable by Buggy. P.S. half of my deck is literally searchable by Buggy. So that's why I don't miss on Buggy either.
Buggy broke.
Buggy is actually broke. Hit me up if you have alt arts, please, and thank you. Brick Fist. Let me talk about this card. This card is so godlike. It is so good. Every bothersome 4 in the game just has to bow to this. And most people don't want to recommit that card once you've bounced it. And I faced what I thought was my #1 worst matchup first round against a Doflamingo player. And he was a kid. And something told me, do not underestimate this kid, right? And he was so good. Like, he was so good. Like, his dad came up and gave him congratulations. Everybody was more concerned about this kid almost beating me than they were about me running Nami. But he was fantastic. I really wish I remembered his name. But Brick Fist really helped in matchups like that. Yellow, you drop Cracker, you drop Smoothie, you drop these really aggressive cards. Double Strike, nobody wants that in their life, especially Nami. So Brick Fist, put it back. Dofi, you pay 2, you get a Warlord from the top of your deck. Next turn, I have to worry about that. Not if I Brick Fist it. Now you have to recommit or just keep it in your hand. Good card? I don't know. Bro card? Might be. 4 Overheat. That is also my spicy tech.
I hate this card.
This card is so good against red as well. Like, once again, I hate red. And you can see it in my deck choices. Because I wouldn't just overheat my stuff. I would bounce back other people's stuff. The Zoro that hasn't swung yet, that you already committed to the board. Curly Dedans lets you search and then whiff. So many Zoros resummon that Curly Dedan and whiff. The same thing on Buggy. So this card is goated. It's the same thing as Love Beam. I don't run the Love Beam because it doesn't have a trigger. I feel like the more triggers in your deck, the better chance you have with Nami. And everything pretty much triggered, including the Deathwinks. Did I use them all the time? Hell no. Sometimes I discarded them and would just leave 1 or 2 that I knew that I was going to need to finish out the game versus keeping these early on. They're almost dead because no one's swinging for 11 tall that fast. They don't have the Dawn. So get rid of it, use it later, search it off a Buggy, and then discard it for something else. And then last but not least, the dirtiest card in the deck, Peel Off.
Pot of Greed.
I triple P-lofted somebody today 4 game.
What the fuck?
Triple P. Hey, I looked at it. I added my life. I looked at it. I had 10 Dawn up. I was like, oh, GG's. He's like, huh? I was like, triple P-loft. Non-interactable. You just lose.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
it's so broken.
Yeah. So it's good no matter where it is. Hell, sometimes I hate discarding it, but staying alive is better than drawing cards, obviously, because you just get to do it later. So sometimes I had to discard it, but most of the time when I saw Peel Off, I played it. But yeah, man, that's me.
Any changes you would make to the deck?
3,000 Worlds, at least 2 copies. I'm going to be working on that tonight to make sure to play in the side event tomorrow. But at least 3,000 Worlds. People had sticky 5/7s on the board that I couldn't get rid of. They wouldn't let me get rid of it by swinging with Nami, and everything else is 4 lower, so I was kind of just stuck leaving them there. But 3,000 Worlds should actually fix that problem. So.
Okay, he doesn't know what he wants to cut from the deck, so we'll let the Bullet Bourbon decide what will be cut from the deck right now. And we'll see you again tomorrow when you get the chopper, my guy.
I'm going to definitely try, man. They said about 3 rounds to make top 8. We're trying to come in first place in at least one of them. So.
All right, bro. Well, appreciate the deck profile. Congratulations.
Thank you.
If it's not the goo, it's got to go. Peace.
Is that indigo?